Welcome to another Morgan's Edward Street end of week wrap for the 13th of October. And what a week it's been. Matt will give you a rundown on the week and the Morgan's conference in a few moments, and then Cam will give you his take on his favourite pick, which has been very topical this week. During the week, we heard from our resources analyst, who pointed to some short-term weakness due to hit BHP and Rio. Although they both follow movements around their second biggest commodity exposure, BHP oil and Rio aluminium, this sharp drop in iron ore can't be ignored and will no doubt flow through to share prices in due course. The end of restocking of Chinese steel mills coming out of the peak summer period, the rising US dollar is pushing traders out of physical assets such as iron ore, and liquidity is tightening in China. All these factors point to further downward pressure. Please note that the comments in this video are general in nature, and please speak to your Edward Street advisor if you wish to know if any of the stock recommendations suit your personal needs and objectives. I'll now pass over to Matt for his summary. Matt?
Thanks, Brad. An exciting week on local markets, but only if you look at the finer detail. The Small Ordinaries Index has catapulted higher, up nearly 4% throughout the week, which has been a very welcome move by investors. One positive out of the smaller index moving higher is that the bigger end of town is starting to follow. Yes, our index is finally on the doorstep of 5,800 points. We have not seen a break above 5,800 points since running this series. With weak seasonality traditionally ending in October and our market pushing 5,800, the bulls are looking more confident of a breakout into the Christmas rally, which often occurs in the market around this time of year. The commodity front over the week wasn't all that exciting, with oil just above $50. Copper was rising to about $3.10, and iron ore, which Brad just spoke about, still below 60, and gold just below 1,300 an ounce. Of the big miners, Rio has witnessed a few more shorters on the register and trades around $68, and BHP just above $26. The banks were slightly higher, and Telstra is finally finding some friends around the $3.50 level. The Aussie dollar is trading around 78 cents, and of course the big plays for the week were in the smaller names, with Mantra and Select Harvest receiving takeover offers, helping lifting overall market sentiment. And this week in the Morgan's conference, which was held, we really pushed some local favourites higher, which with Bapcor, Apollo Tourism, IPH and Domino's Pizza all having solid gains. Cameron has spoken about all of these names in prior weekly wraps, and we're happy to see the results filter through from the quality stock picking that we've been doing. Next week, the focus for investors will of course be on the crucial 5,800 points on the index and whether the market can finally break through on the upside after 5 months of sideways movement. Over to you now, Brad.
Thanks, Matt. On my left we have Cameron, and as a segue, he'll talk about one of the stocks that Matt just talked about from the Morgan's conference. Cameron?
Thank you, Bradley. This week I've been buying a company which has seen plenty of action this week. That is IPH Limited, ticker code IPH. Whilst the stock has significantly underperformed for investors over the past 2 years, we've noticed a change in momentum with the stock coming off lows, which has initiated our buying. Our initial investment, however, was not solely based off technicals, as the company also boasts very strong fundamentals. The company currently operates with a return on equity of 22%, a dividend of 5.3%, whilst also trading on market multiples on FY18 figures. Patent lawyers by nature have a very sticky client base with a recurring revenue stream, and this is why I believe the company is well positioned for stable growth. IPH generates revenue in US dollars, which will see them as a beneficiary to a lower Aussie against the greenback. This week at the Morgan's conference, we heard from the CEO, Andrew Blattman, which had the pleasure of running us through a timely acquisition of leading New Zealand IP firm AJ Park for 60.9 million Australian dollars. The company was purchased on an EV to EBITDA multiple of 7.5 times, and this was issued through the issuance of new shares being 40% with the balance funded from debt. This was well received by investors when announced on Wednesday, which has led to a 12% gain over the last 2 days. Last night's close saw the stock trade at $5.60, and I'd be recommending investors buy on any weakness. Our analyst James Lawrence yesterday upgraded his price target to $5.93 and believe there's still upside after this current run. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Cam. Monday saw the listing of MCP Master Trust with the ASX code MXT. This is a product for income-focused investors and is the first of its kind to be listed on the ASX. The IPO price was at $2 and has been well supported at $2.08 all week as more buying comes into the security. That's it for another wrap. Please feel free to share this video with your colleagues and friends, and make sure you like the Morgans Edward Street Stockbroking Facebook page. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Have a great weekend and we'll see you next time.